Hi everyone, this is Desiree with California Fight League. Welcome to the fights.
Welcome to the high desert, Victorville, California, for another outstanding night of mixed martial arts action inside the steel cage. It's California Fight League. Hey everybody, I'm Jay Adams alongside longtime UFC veteran Joe Daddy Stevenson. Joe, been a lot of great fighters coming out of the state of California. There's a lot of pressure on new fighters who are fighting in the state of California. Now we're gonna add even some more pressure. We're gonna put them on NBC Sports Network, and we're gonna have one of the most decorated UFC fighters in history commentating them. What is the pressure that is being applied to these fighters right now, and how are they dealing with that?
Well, in the beginning of your career, you're nervous because 2-1 and 3-1, those records, everyone has those records. It's so much pressure on staying undefeated. And the difference between a fighter that is like 3-0 and the difference between a fighter that's 2-1 is, well, that guy hasn't been beat. So the pressure that they're feeling is churning their stomach right now. And if they prepared properly for it, they're gonna be able to go out there and you won't see it.
A lot lined up to, California putting so many good fighters on in all the big promotions, and of course now with the big NBC Sports Network contract, they're thinking about that. There was a fight you wanted to make sure that we mentioned. You're thinking this has a lot of potential to be fight of the night. Of course, talking about Dimitri Salem and Kenny Klein.
Well, both Kenny and Dimitri are seasoned fighters. They've had so much more experience than just in MMA. They've been following mixed martial arts their whole lives pretty much, and they have a passion for it. And when you have passionate fighters, they care more. It's like, if you pay me to do something, I'm gonna do whatever you're paying me is worth. But if I love it and I care about it, you're gonna see that in my work, and that's what we're gonna get out of these two tonight.
Is there added pressure on these fighters when you're looking at some of these the prototype fighters, the Conor McGregors, the Colby Covingtons, who come out and they really have verbal game? Like, you have your stand-up game, you've got your ground game, and now this new breed has verbal game. They're just really good at marketing, even though it's black hat, and they're making a ton of money. Is there pressure now to trash talk?
Yes and no, because the old-time fighters, Dan Henderson's father, Bill Henderson, he goes and he tells me, he goes, I always thought if you were good, you didn't have to tell anyone. And that old soul it's here in Victorville, and you're gonna see it.
Awesome. Yeah, there's that push-pull between the humility of martial arts and yet the need to make money to feed your kids. So you see a lot of that push-pull going on right now for the fighters. All right, a lot of great fights are going to be happening in the cage right behind us. You're not going to want to miss it. A bunch of fighters have already gone on record as saying they're going to get KOs tonight. It's California Fight League. Let's hit it.
Let the battles begin! Fight fans, here we go. Introducing first, fighting on the blue corner. Ladies and gentlemen, he stands 5'6", and is styled MMA, weighing in officially at 146 pounds even. Tonight, he enters the cage with a record consisting of 0 wins with 1 defeat. Ladies and gentlemen, representing Aguirre's fighting system and fighting out of Fontana, California, here is Jose Reina. And introducing his opponent, fighting across the cage out of the red corner. He's an MMA specialist, standing 5 feet 8 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 145 pounds even. Tonight, he makes his debut representing a Cobra Kai and fighting out of Victorville, California. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Ryan Gotti. Once again, your referee in charge, Larry Landis, to give the final instructions.
Guys, let's go. You heard instructions in the back. Give us a good, clean fight. Obey our commands at all times. Any question, blue corner? Any question, red corner? Touch gloves. Get ready to rock and roll.
All right, this fight is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds at 1:45. There you see Larry Landis, the third man in. On the left-hand side of your screen is Jose Reina in the red board shorts, and Ryan Gaddis on the right-hand side of your screen in the Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat shorts from Broadway shows. That's definitely
Wow. Both fighters not even trying to feel each other out. They know that they need to push the pace and try to get this round. Doing a great job. They both came out orthodox. Now, Ryan has him against the cage. You can see, you can literally hear his coach telling him to pummel the underhook, which is great advice. Makes it difficult to keep him down now. Ryan's in a double leg, but you can see Jose still building up from the fence. It makes it very difficult to hold somebody down against the fence, Jay. It's like a brace that helps you coming up. He's got to be careful, though. Ryan's got an underhook control, and he's landing some shots here.
Larry Landless had warned Gattis about the elbow to the back, the 12-6. And that was a little bit earlier. We'll keep an eye on that as you see Gattis trying to get his way out of this predicament.
Ryan is now got the single leg. Yeah, Ryan has that single leg right now, and he's trying to use the leg to hook him and take it up, take the pressure from the fence to the ground. Look at how Jose was able to snake his leg out. That was very good. Now he's pummeled that underhook, and Ryan's got to be careful trying to hold position here. It's very difficult to hold somebody on the fence when they get that underhook.
You just tuned in. You are watching California Fight League on the United Fight Alliance Network. Larry Landless breaking him up.
Wow.
Nice.
Really,
yeah, left hand there from Reina.
No feeling out. There's no like little jab. These are all crosses from both of these guys.
Yeah, Reina's starting to light Gattis up.
Well, it's difficult when you shoot in with your head down. You've got to set up your shot with your hands. So now Ryan's got him in control, but he took some shots getting in there. So it makes it difficult. There's a good knee by Jose that definitely tire you out. If Ryan's able to secure this takedown and get him the round, we heard the clapper. You know that means 10 seconds. Let's see what happens. Oh, wow.
Wow, right on the belly, got him down. We'll see if that's enough to steal the round. We go round number 2 here at 145.
Both fighters coming out orthodox, which means the right hand is the one that's going to hurt the most. But the left hand can knock you out just as much. Beautiful double leg. Jose got caught swinging there, but he did a great job of defending the shot, circling around. Ryan takes some shots there. Beautiful sprawl by Jose, circling to the back. Ryan's got to fight hands to be careful. Jose swinging, going for the kill right away. Ryan fights the hand. It looks like the choke is under the chin, but Ryan is very difficult to choke.
He's out. Oh. He's out. Ryan Gattis was out for a second. Landless saw enough.
Good refereeing.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes. 39 seconds of round number 2. Referee Larry Landless puts a stop to this contest, declaring your winner by submission due to a rear naked choke, Jose Reina.
So Reina picking up his first win, moving to 1-1, and you can see lots of good respect there out of these featherweights.
Fight fans, here we go. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he's a jiu-jitsu style fighter. Standing 5'8", 8 inches tall, he went officially at 145 pounds even. Tonight, he enters the cage with a record consisting of 3 wins against 2 defeats, representing the West Coast MMA and fighting in Oxnard, California. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Josh, the Spirit Bomb Miramontez. And introducing his opponent, fighting across the cage out of the red corner. He's also a jiu-jitsu style fighter, standing 5 feet 6 inches tall. He went officially at 146 pounds even. Tonight, he brings with him a record consisting of 5 wins against 7 defeats, representing a Black House MMA and fighting in Los Angeles, California. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Chris, the Constrictor Cruz. Once again, your referee in charge, Mike El Jefe Beltran.
All right, John, bring it in. All right, John, been over the rules already. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Touch cuffs now if you want. At the sound of the bell, come on out and handle your business. Let's go.
Cruz had a little look over there. I don't know if you caught that, looking over at Miramontez. It was the look, let's just put it that way. He looks very, very focused, as does Miramontez here at 145. On the left-hand side of your screen, Josh the Spirit Bomb Miramontez in the gray and white Venom trunks. And on the right-hand side of your screen, the Constrictor, Christopher Cruz, in the white trunks. Oh, wow.
Chris threw a mean overhand right to his shot. I don't know if he was looking to do damage, but he was definitely looking to get that takedown. You got to be careful, though. You're looking at Josh, who's a submission expert. You see right away he's trying to tangle him up, look for that reverse key lock. You're not in really too much danger if you're able to trap that arm with your other arm, and you can do some damage. You see how he's trying to put his knee on top. Beautiful job getting his arm free, and now he's going to get some ground and pound in. Just looking at Chris before he came out to this fight, he was pacing back and forth. We knew he was going to come out hot, and then as soon as Josh heard his name, he stood right back up. He was trying to have that calm before the storm. If I'm Joshua right now, I'm trying to get my right arm to an underhook and stand up against the fence. It's difficult. You don't want to be held down, and this is valuable time where the judges are thinking, okay, well, Chris is winning.
Cruz is able to get that right hand on. He's touching him every time with that right hand. So, yeah, Miramontez has got to figure something out. Like you said, that underhook would be key.
That right leg that is stapling Josh's leg down is amazing. See how the foot hasn't passed all the way? It makes it difficult. That's a catch wrestling thing where you sit all your weight on your opponent, so if they do try to escape, now they've got your weight on top of them with the friction of the mat. That's a canvas. That's not vinyl. It's very difficult to get that ability to stand up, especially when you're fighting a seasoned opponent like this.
Little Josh Barnett catch wrestling right there.
Now, Josh has done a good job of minimizing the damage by staying tight, but now he's got to look for injuries to win. You can see how he's stepping off the cage and trying to get angles, but it's hard when you got an opponent that's so aggressive on top. They're not going to stand you up, especially if Chris is landing shots like this. He's doing a great job of peppering him the whole time, but you will have the advanced position, and he does at the end. Chris coming out orthodox, and you see Joshua southpaw, another right hand, and right to the takedown. He went into a high C, but now he's in a guillotine. Joshua slips out of the guillotine and is trying to force Kimura again. But Chris is kind of coming out of the back door, whereas before he had the cage to jam in and slow Joshua's submission attempt. Now they're in the open, so now you've got less friction, and it gives him more ability. Oh, wow, Chris, great job to throw it by and go to the back.
And fighting so far from Josh.
You need to get that bottom hook in. Otherwise, your opponent may get on top of you. And you see Josh going to the single neck leg. Now, Josh is on top in a much better position. He's got a far side cow catch. He's trying to keep the weight. Now right to the reverse key lock. Chris is doing a great job of posturing up to prevent the key lock. This is a tricky situation because it's hard to get the leverage against the fence when you have that reverse key lock, because you need that extra little space to pull that arm out.
Both of these featherweights are young. Miramontez at 26, Cruz at 25. Hence the explosiveness. You can see they've got that fast twitch muscle, Miramontez earlier able to explode out of that bad position.
Joshua trying to attack the back. You see him trying to place that other leg in. That he uses the Kimura. Unfortunately, Chris is able to rotate all the way out 360 degrees, get on top. Now he's in a less dangerous position. He can land some strikes. So if it was close, if the judges were like, well, he's in a Kimura, so I don't know if this fight, now it's in better standing. But look at this. He's shooting triangles. He's still working off his back.
Yeah.
Chris can't rest here. You can see him taking deep breaths, trying to recover, trying to relax. Every time he tries to relax, though, Joshua's jumping on a finish.
Yeah.
Wow. Nice call.
Yeah.
If you're not advancing position,
okay,
and if you're not landing fight-ending blows like that one, the referee's job is to stand you back up because you're stalling the situation.
Okay.
Wow. Chris is just all over him.
Good round for both of these featherweights. Good action, very active. That's a little closer round to score as I see it. In American judging, they would, the guy on top who's grounding and pounding is going to take the round, all things else being equal.
Now we have open stance. Oh, wow, beautiful left hook.
He might have hurt Cruz. Cruz kind of looked like he dropped to his knees. I don't think he was changing level. I think he actually went to his knee.
When you see the legs give like that, what happens is magnesium is stored in the legs. And when you get a quick shot to the head, your legs are looking to shoot magnesium to the brain to protect it, so you see that little bit of drop. Look at Joshua. He knows he may be down 2 rounds, and he's trying to get this guillotine finish. And he may be closer than we think because we can't see that hand in the film. So you see how he's trying to work it into a naked guillotine, which makes it even more dangerous from the top position. And he has his other hand. You can see Cruz is trying to extend his leg to take away the leverage and doing a good job of hand fighting, but he's in a very vulnerable position right now. It's difficult, though. If you know you're not going to get it, do you try to stand back up and land some shots again?
Yeah, how hard do you keep doing and gas your arms out trying to go for the submission?
Now you see almost a full guard. Now we have the full guard by Chris. Much better position, less damage you're going to be able to take from Josh. However, I can see Josh trying to turn it on right now because he knows he's down a little bit. Look at these shots. Beautiful shots by Josh.
Yep. Nice. He got the hand free. He's kind of giving a little bit of Cruz's medicine
now
back
he's
to
in
him.
mount. Now Josh is in mount, so he's got a great chance of finishing the fight.
Here's the back.
But no hooks. We've seen this earlier where the fighter attacked the choke without the hooks and was able to get it. Right now it looks like he fell off. This is the 3rd round. They're a lot more sweatier. If you don't adjust on position and try to secure the position, you're gonna fall off. This is a great fight. Right now, it's Joshua's round, but it's short time. And was it enough to win the fight? Chris is trying to pull this round off right now. I don't know if it would be enough to win this round, but it might be enough to win the fight because of what he's done.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a big round of applause for both of these warriors. 3 fantastic rounds of action in the books. And we have a split decision. Here are your judges' totals. Judge Rafael Davis sees about 29-28 for Cruz. Adriana Jenkins sees it 29-28 for Miramontes. And Judge Jackie Dakin sees it 29-28, all in favor of your winner by split decision. From Los Angeles, California, Chris, the Constrictor Cruz.
It was a great fight.
Fight fans, here we go. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner to my right. He's an MMA specialist, standing 5 feet 7 inches tall. He went officially at 124 pounds even. Tonight, he makes his debut representing Adrenaline Gym and fighting out of San Bernardino, California. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Miguel Guzman. And introducing his opponent, fighting across the cage out of the red corner. Ladies and gentlemen, he's a wrestling specialist. Standing 5 feet 11 inches tall, he went officially at 126 pounds even. Tonight, he too makes his debut, representing a true MMA and fighting out of Indio, California. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Gary Hernandez. Once again, your referee in charge, Adriana Jenkins, to give the final instructions.
All right, win over in the locker room. Obey my man's commands at all times. All right, protect yourself at all times. Come out ready to fight.
All right, this is that situation we were talking about earlier, Joe Daddy. You got 2 real young guys. They're both making their debut. You know they're feeling it right now. What's going on in their minds?
Right now, they're staring at each other and they're trying to look for openings. You've got 2 orthodox fighters, so they know the power's coming from the right. You want to see where their mistakes are. You're analyzing them.
All right, Guzman on the left-hand side of your screen in the olive board shorts. Hernandez in the blue shorts. Here we go.
Beautiful leg kicks by Guzman. You got to be careful just throwing a kick without setting it up with your hands because it leaves you susceptible to getting punched. They said that Gary was a wrestling expert, specialist, but I feel like that's an old-time trick where you try to tell your opponent, oh yeah, I'm a wrestler, because his hands looked amazing there, and I know everyone up in the desert there has great boxing. Beautiful knee from the breaking away the clinch. Oh, wow. Those kicks are starting to take a little bit of a toll.
Yeah, you can already see a welt and a red mark behind the left knee of Hernandez. He buckled that leg, man. Wow, those outside leg kicks are fantastic.
Now,
look at that again, he buckled the leg.
Let's see if we see him change stance because of the effectiveness of this leg kick. I mean, when I first was taught, I was like, if somebody leads with a kick, you just throw that right hand as hard as you can. Oh,
man, he's Muay Thai. Look at that. He's, pinpoint accuracy. Hernandez did the smart thing there, man.
You don't want to take that damage because you've got other rounds. You know, this fight may not be finished right here. Hernandez is doing a great job of peppering him there, trying to keep the pressure, jumping on the back. Oh, now he's on his back, but he's a little bit aside. He's got the neck. You can see the torso twisted. Wow, this is amazing. He's deep. That choke is deep. He's not quite square on the back, so he doesn't have the leverage, but that choke is definitely deep.
Yeah, you can see Guzman doing everything he can to get out of this horrible position, but that's deep.
Wow, and he doesn't want to get kicked anymore, so he's trying to finish it right here and right now. Beautiful shots, though, now that he's out.
Full mount, but Guzman is, oh, wow. Guzman's tough, man. He can take a shot. What the heck? What the heck? What happened?
It looks like the referee stepped in because there were some shots. We don't know what's happening.
I don't know what happened.
Now, it could have been a shot to the back of the head that she was trying to stop it. She may have stopped it right then. To me, what it looks like is Guzman was trying to recover, but he was taking some shots. And if the referee feels that he was going to continue to get damaged, you don't hear the 10-second clicker. You're not the fighter. Your job is not to say, oh, there's 2 seconds left. There's like, oh, I'm worried about this fighter and the safety of this fighter. That is their job. And that's what AJ is trying to do there. Let's see what the call is. It could be very nervous. He was taking big shots. He was almost choked.
Well, I saw Hernandez raise his hand. I don't know if there's any way to take a look at what happened, but I'm super curious to watch why she stopped the action there.
Well, to me, Hernandez didn't want to get leg kicked anymore, and he wanted to try to finish the fight as soon as possible. And AJ saw that he was doing an effective job with damage and stopped it. You know, she's not thinking that, oh, the fight's almost over. That's not her job, is to say that this round is almost over. Her job is to say, is this fighter defending himself? Is he taking unnecessary damage? You know, you don't want to stutter when you get older.
Right.
And that's something that can definitely happen.
Good point. Good point.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes 1 minute, 53 seconds of round number 1. Referee Adriana Jenkins puts a stop to this contest due to your winner by strikes from Indio, California, Gary Hernandez.
Gary, that was a great fight. Guzman was landing some nasty roundhouses to your leg. We saw it buckle, and we saw you go for the finish as soon as you could because you didn't want to take those kicks anymore. Is that what was going on there?
Well, the whole game plan from the beginning was I knew he was a kickboxer, so I knew he was going to come out heavy with the kicks. Everything after that was just staying composed, make sure I could catch him and counter on time.
That RNC choke in the middle of the round there, you didn't have the hooks in, you weren't square on the back, but you definitely had his neck. How close was that in your eyes?
Actually, I can hear him squeezing, gasping for air. The only thing was he was doing really well about getting his hips out, and I felt like I had to get my hooks in or it wasn't going to sink in at all.
Fight fans, here we go. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He's an all-American style fighter, standing 5 feet and 9 inches tall. He went officially at 144 pounds even. Tonight, he enters the cage undefeated. 2 wins with 0 losses, representing the Riverside MMA and fighting out of Riverside, California. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Kenneth Klein. And introducing his opponent, fighting across the cage out of the red corner. He's a Muay Thai and kickboxing specialist. Standing 5 feet and 9 inches tall, he went officially at 145 pounds even. Tonight, he too enters the cage undefeated, 1 win with 0 losses, representing the Cobra Kai and fighting fighting out of Victorville, California, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Dimitri Sharkboy Salem. Once again, your referee in charge of Chris Levin to give the final instructions.
Guys, bring it in center. All right, listen, we went over the rules in the back. I want a good, clean fight. If you're gonna touch gloves, touch them now. Okay, go back to your corners.
That was the most unenthusiastic glove touch I think I've ever seen in the sport of MMA. So Chris Leben, very famous face, and UFC longtime veterans, got the call here, third man in the cage. And why do they call the young 19-year-old Shark Boy?
Not sure. Maybe he likes that Baby Shark song. You see Dimitri coming out southpaw, looking to get that right roundhouse. Now he's orthodox. That can be confusing when you're trying. Kenny's trying to range what stance to attack his opponent at. Oh, wow. When you get two good grapplers together, it ends up being a striking fight, and that's what we're getting right now.
Ironic.
It's because you're like, well, I want to test myself with my hands. Wow. A couple more of these shots by either of them.
Going at it. Two right hands there by Salem, finding their mark.
Now you can see Kenny able to get it to the ground with a bear hug. Dimitri going to the body triangle. Probably going to look for some type of triangle, but look how Kenny was able to space out. You don't want to stay down there to where your opponent can attack you. As he's coming up, Kenny's still on him.
And that was a legit punch. No knees were on the canvas, and there was no dirtiness there whatsoever. He actually let him get up. He could have punched him down there if he wanted to. There's a
right hand
third time.
Keeps landing for Dimitri.
Yeah.
You can see the flexing on Kenny's neck too. With
that
he's
was
hurt.
a hard one.
He's hurt.
That
Yeah.
stunned him.
Yeah, Salem was rocked.
But he got Kenny's respect right back.
Well, you can't teach a chin, and both of these guys have chins, guys, because it's almost
they are just
there's no defense.
No,
they're all
just
offense
going.
right now.
Hands
I'd
down
like
and
to see Kenny
chins
pick
up.
his hands up just a little bit more.
Yeah. You're right. They got to get those chins down a little bit, Tyler.
Now we see Dimitri's orthodoxed, so Kenny's refixing all of his strategy. Now he's went back to southpaw. So in your head, you're calculating, how am I going to attack?
Oh, and that was a nice combo by Kenny.
Most of the time when your opponent's southpaw, you want to throw that cross. That's the counter to a southpaw, especially if you have open stance.
Kenny Klein's taking big, deep breaths through his mouth.
He's taking some big shots, but he's also given some big shots. You can see them trying to win the round, but you're now exerting a lot of energy at the end of the round. So now it's all about recovery. Whose corner is going to say what?
So what kind of in-between round adjustments? I'm going to ask each of you. I will ask you, Tyler, what adjustments would you have given to Kenny Klein?
I'd like to see Kenny put his hands up a little more, loosen up, and stop loading up on those punches so much. And he's kind of standing a little square as well.
Yo, Daddy, what would you have told Salem?
I would have told him to start feigning the right, doubling up on it because he's having luck. You go to the well until the well is dry.
Go round number 2. Klein in the American flag trunks and Salem in the blue trunks with black trim.
Oh, beautiful left hand.
That was a hard left.
Dimitri's pushing the pace there. Whenever a good shot lands, you can see, but he's still pressuring forward.
That kicks
oh
in
my
the
God.
Dimitri's
Salem's rocked.
He's rocked.
He's rocked. Let's see if he's able to.
He's turned his back.
Good.
And the ref
And
stopped.
leaving it seen enough.
Wow.
Kenny Klein remains undefeated, stopping Dimitri Shark Boy Salem. And Kenny Klein moves to 3-0 with an amazing win here against Dimitri Salem.
It was a great fight. I mean, both of those guys weren't trying to hold anything back. They're both trying to end the fight. That's the problem, though, sometimes is you can't try to end the fight with one blow. You have to try to set it up. It's normally the punch that you didn't know knocks them out. You don't know when you're going to knock somebody out, so it's your opponent not being prepared for that blow when it comes.
Yeah, Kenny seemed to be loading up. He was looking for that power shot the whole time, had his chin in the air. I think Dimitri was actually looked more technical, was coming out with the kicks, and I think Kenny he came out with that fight like I was talking about. He's a fighter, man.
Be very interested to see how the judges had that first round.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes. 31 seconds of round number 2. Chris Leben puts a stop to this contest, declaring your winner by TKO from Riverside, California, Kenneth Klein.
Well, you had a gut instinct about that one, Joe Daddy. You had said that it had a high potential to be fight of the night. So far, it's in my opinion, it's in the lead for fight. It's still early in the night, but it's in the lead just based on damage.
Ladies and gentlemen, we continue on with the next bout of the evening, scheduled for 3 two-minute rounds of action in the super welterweight division, and being sponsored by Ram Trucks and Gridiron Pizza. Your 3 judges scoring the bout, should it go the distance, are Larry Landis, Mike Beltran, and Jackie Dakin. And the man in charge of the action at the bell, your referee, Rafael Davis. Fight fans, here we go. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner to my right. He's a mixed freestyle fighter, standing 6 feet 4 inches tall. He went officially at 181 pounds even. Tonight, he makes his debut representing a Paragon Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and fighting out of Goleta, California. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Zachary Sugar. And introducing his opponent, fighting across the cage out of the red corner to my left. He's a grappling style fighter, standing 5 feet 8 inches tall. He went officially at 182 pounds even. Tonight, he enters the cage with a record consisting of 1 win against 1 defeat, representing a Cobra Kai and fighting out of Victorville, California. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Vicente Machete Alvarado. Once again, your referee in charge, Rafael Davis, give the final instructions.
We went over the rules in the back. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves, you're going to do it now. Go back to your corners, come out good, clean fight.
Third man in, Rafael Davis giving the middleweights their final instructions. There you see Zachary Shugart, 6'4" plus, in the black board shorts with green trim, green lettering down the sides. And on the other side of the cage, the Machete, Vicente Alvarado. There he is right there in the red corner. Big height difference, probably gonna be a big reach difference. Not sure how long Alvarado's gonna wanna stay at the end of those punches.
Zachary's in an orthodox stance, Machete's in a southpaw stance. You can see Machete trying to look what's the best way to close distance. Normally with a taller fighter, you see them kind of not pressure in, but to see the aggression out of Zachary is very impressive because he's coming forward, which can leave you to be taken down a little bit easier. Ooh, good shot. He was able to pull that shot right there, which was very important. Now, Machete's got his back on the fence, and Zachary's wasting no time getting control. Maybe he doesn't want to go to the ground. Maybe he does, but he definitely doesn't want to be losing the position here. You can see him with the body lock over, under. It's got good control. Those knees are picking them up, almost like TV and movie knees right there. You can see them with such impact that they're actually elevating up.
That's crazy. That's like a cartoon knee.
Machete keeping the hands up, and rightfully so. When you're giving up this range, any punch from any range, his range is not your range, so now you've got to be ready and prepared. Zach doing a great job. Look at that. He doubled up on his right hand, trying to close distance the whole time. An effective jab by Zach.
Yeah, I like that double pump jab that he's got going on.
Good, beautiful head kick. So if you're circling to your opponent's power, you can expect that to come up. I'd like to see either of these fighters maybe set those head kicks up with maybe some low roundhouses. When you go right to the head, now your opponent's expecting it, kind of setting it up, go to the body, go to the leg, so now they think the leg is coming, and then you go right up to the head. But both of these guys aren't looking to not do damage. They're trying to finish this fight right here and right there.
And second warning, Alvarado, nice question mark kick there from the tall man. But Alvarado, so far, Joe Daddy, very willing to stand and trade.
Beautiful Superman punch.
Like you said, he might not want to go to the ground.
Yeah, a lot of times somebody's specialty might be stand-up, and they just started to learn jiu-jitsu, and so they're representing the jiu-jitsu gym to give them props. It's a way to show gratitude to your new instructor. whatever each corner is telling them right now in between rounds is going to be very important, because as that round was close, I'm leaning towards Zachary because he was doing a good job of coming forward with the aggression and a little bit of winning that grappling with the cage sense. I have a feeling you're going to see Machete come out with a little bit more sense of urgency, maybe a fake shot to a right hand, things like that. And when you start incorporating mixed martial arts, doing a shot to an overhand, that's when that overhand lands, because they have to respect that takedown. If they don't respect it, you get on your back.
Right, yeah, I agree with you. It's a kind of a slow bleed if Alvarado lets it go the way it's going, with Shugart piling up points. So he's got to do something. He's got to have some kind of in-between round adjustment to the game plan. Looks like he really wants to practice that Muay Thai. I saw him do some leg kicks, which would be definitely useful against the tall man. But he's just going to have to string some more offense together.
Good movement. Before we saw Zachary coming forward right off the bat. Now you've seen the leg kick. Got to be careful just throwing the leg kick, because you leave yourself open to getting, especially a right hand, especially when the guy's giving that much range. You can't shoot from the outside. You have to shoot with your arms on the inside. Oh my gosh, he's got the neck.
Wow.
Oh, he's in deep too.
Wow.
Good job blocking position, throwing shots, stuffing it. Oh, wow. Zach doing a great job of coming right up, but now he ate some shots. Zach trying to push the action to the fence. And you saw Machete kind of just pounce on his opportunity. You can't hope that your opponent is going to lax on you. You have to jump on your opportunity. Zach allowed him to, he drove him in to the fence, and then Machete reversed the position there. And Zach kind of, you get used to staying on the fence. So we didn't see a sense of urgency of Zach moving, because he's like, well, I'm not getting taken down. But in the judge's eyes right now, it definitely looks more favorable for the guy that's holding him. Now Zach does a great job of reversing position, but now they're in the open. You can hear the corner of Zach saying, use your reach. He breaks away, but his back is to the fence, so it makes it hard to run from the takedown.
Yeah, he ought to position himself in the center of the cage.
Second Superman punch we've seen tonight. Beautiful single leg, great sprawl by Zach. Zach putting him on the fence.
I love the sprawl for such a tall guy.
Oh my gosh, coming up with that kick right away.
Amazing how low Zach can get given the height difference when he's stuffing Alvarado's takedown.
I have a feeling we're going to see another Superman. You can kind of see him loading it up. Back to the head.
10-second warning. Oh, nice right hand. Oh, and that caught Alvarado's attention.
That might have been enough to steal the round for Zach, but then you have to understand, Machete almost had him on the ground and had the guillotine, and it was close. Not close to finishing, but close to having a great position and landed strikes, so that's difficult. It could be 2 rounds to none. It could be 1 round to 1 round. So in my eyes, you're going to see Machete even pushing the pace even more. And if Zach is calm, he may get caught. But if Zach is able to push the pace and counter back, it'll be enough to control the fight.
Yeah, Luis over there hopefully is telling him, all right, you could be down 2 rounds to nothing quite easily. You have now got to stop Shugart. There you see Shugart right there, Zachary. He's fighting a good fight, good smart fight. He's been able to stuff Alvarado, which is impressive.
Victorville, California, put your ass, get him, make some noise. This is the 3rd and final round.
What impressed me in between rounds there was Zach was sitting down, Machete was standing up. Sometimes it's a strategy to show your opponent and kind of intimidate, but also so your legs don't go to sleep, because you don't want to rest. You want to be ready to explode right away. Let's see if we see that right roundhouse of that Superman again by Zach.
And let's see if we see a sense of urgency from Vicente.
Well, you can see a concentrated stare, and you can see great pressure. If Machete would have thrown an overhand there, it might have landed. He might have had a little bit more luck, but he kind of just shot. You got to set your shot up with your hands, and it's difficult to close that range on a taller, longer fighter.
Yeah, he shot from way outside, and you can see there he's not liking those punches. That's a nice combination.
A lot of times fighters that think they're up in the rounds and they'll back off, but look how Zach is pressuring him the whole time. That's very impressive. Now you see Zach trying to get the bear hug and take it to the ground. Machete doing a great job of showing core and blocking that takedown. Wow.
Good, yeah, good low center of gravity there. Came in handy for the Machete.
Beautiful spinning back roundhouse kick. That was almost like a hook kick. Beautiful low angle kick. Looks like it may have hurt his foot a little bit because you saw him buckle after landing it. A lot of times, I mean, we've seen that in Bellator. There's a third Superman, but he's a little bit more fatigued, so it's a little difficult to sell it. But this is a great fight.
Great fight.
Oh. Look how that left hand by Machete was out, and he gave up that underhook to Zach. That's the hard part. Good hand control by Zach, trying to spin to the back. Now, Machete could Donkey Kong and flip out and try to knock him unconscious. See how he's leaning the weight back? This is allowing him not to carry all the weight, but in the judge's eyes, you know, you have your back taken, and you can see Zach going for the choke, but now Machete trying to draw the line and turn the corner. He may try to rake the fence. Very difficult. You hear the 10-second clapper. It's a difficult position to be in because Zach doesn't need to do much there to finish that round.
That's a great way to finish the round for Shugart. It's the last thing the judges see. As we go to the judges.
I think you can maybe give Machete the second round. You probably give Zach the first round and the third round due to the way he finished. But then again, we're not judges, Jay.
I think you and I both felt that Alvarado should have a sense of urgency going into the third round and maybe take a couple of risks.
Difficult to have a sense of urgency when your opponent's pressuring you because you have to respect the pressure. Great strategy by Zach. Most of the people that feel that they're up in the rounds are going to sit back and wait for the opponent to come in. We didn't see that by Zach. We saw him pressure that third round, which may have thrown Machete off.
So our judges, who have been getting a lot of work tonight, Larry Landless, Chris Lieben, Raphael Davis, and Adriana Jenkins. Earning their money here tonight in California. If you just tuned in, you are watching California Fight League. I'm Jay Adams, alongside longtime UFC veteran Joe Daddy Stevenson. It's a true honor to commentate with you, Joe Daddy.
This has been a great night of fights, and it's continuing. They keep on getting better. It's like in the back, they must be getting amped and prepared for this. It's crazy.
That would, to me, be the worst thing, though, because you got the fighters building up their energy who are just about to go in. That's a lot of energy that you have to ignore.
Oh, it's very difficult. A lot of times you want to fight early in the card, but as you get better and better, you're put on the later part of the card. And that alone makes you have to burn that energy and that adrenaline. That's a great point.
Yeah, I would love to fight early in the card. So I guess the more experience you get, the better you get, the better your psychological game gets, which is good because you are going later and later.
Oh, yeah. They say don't leave it all out in the, don't lose the fight in the locker room. Don't wear yourself out before you get in there.
See a lot of guys wrap a towel around their face, put on the headsets, and they don't budge.
Normally you're listening to R&B back there. You're trying to stay calm. You got a pillow. You're trying to relax and breathe.
All right, we got the judge's decision. Let's make this one official. Sonny Franco.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 exciting rounds of action, to the judges' scorecards we go. Judge Larry Lanza sees about 29-28, while Mike Beltran and Jackie Dakin both sees about 30-27, all in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. Out of the blue corner, from Goleta, California, Zachary Shugart.
Well, that's what you and I had. I had it 30-27. You maybe had it 29-28. You said it could have gone either way there. So yeah, good job by the judges there, and a great job there by Shugart in his debut here tonight.
I try to be unbiased. I mean,
Yeah, you've
but
been
I
very good at
genuinely
job
love
at
these
that.
guys
Yep.
so much, and it's difficult at times to see their big, but it's just like when you corner, if they're not listening, you're not able to make those adjustments, and you can tell if they're fatigued. Right there, I can see what we can improve on. We can not shoot with a wide arm out. We got to stay tight because we're giving up that underhook too many times, not having success with those takedowns. That was a great fight. I'm glad that's what we ended the night with.
Absolutely. All right, for my partner, Joe Daddy Stevenson, the rest of the gang who helped me out here, Ryan Sfink. We're not going to be able to get to everybody, but I want to say thank you very much to California and, of course, the Ernie Garcia family for their gracious hospitality. Thank you very much. I'm Jay Adams. We'll see you next time on California Fight League.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain, I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints, money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague, we all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name, all our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be, living in a time where disease is on every screen, I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering, negativity is a plague for the mentally weak, no mercy, all I got is working, never stop searching, never quit.